Here comes our next pair, Curtis Adams, Marco Antunes. Can both of them keep it where they need to be? No, right-hand side will go too quick. All right, folks, so Marco Antunes right-hand side going 74.11, so that'll be a rerun. That's why we saw the red lights. Our next pair getting staged up behind the tower. Looks like we have a GTR and a Lamborghini. I will find out who it is here in just a minute. Again, left lane's job is to set the pace. Right-hand side to keep pace with them. Both of them stay under 70. Can we keep them there? Yes, on this one we will. Alexander Rodriguez left side. He set the pace, but is out of the throttle already. Right side will go 208.29 miles an hour.
And thank you, drivers, for actually doing it right. The last two pairs, well, the one before was no good, but this last pair was awesome.
So Judge Hishiano will get the win there, and he will move to the next round. So that's your number 9 qualifier, taking out your number 8 qualifier. Our next pair getting sized up here. Once again, our Super Sport class needs you to lane 6, please. Super Sport class needs you to lane 6. I need Sport to lane number 4, please. Sport class, lane number 4, please. So again, folks, we are running in the unlimited category. Here comes our next pair of cars, Kevin Rodriguez and Todd Guthrie. Rodriguez is left side, Guthrie's right side. They both keep them under 70, and off we go to the races. Left side gets a good jump, can right side reel him in? He will not, even though he goes way quicker left side. Got out in front and stayed there. 159.40 holds off the troubled 192-mile-an-hour blast from Guthrie. You saw him stumble off the starting line, and left side got out to a big lead, and Kevin knows how to play this. He didn't want to go too quick and disqualify himself, so he gets the win there.
He was going a lot slower at the start, right, Fabian? I'm sorry, Derek. Fabian's on my mind. Sorry.
It's not the first time we've gotten confused.
I mean, you look just like him.
Yeah, there were 10 miles an hour between the two. Left side was slower.
Yeah, I mean, I heard the car breaking up. I think he jumped out ahead and had an issue on the big end.
Here comes your next pair. Sinjin Verghese and Zachary Tucker. Both of them keep it under 70 to the finish line will go. 199 miles an hour on both sides. A nice, clean side-by-side. And left side will get the win in the Lamborghini.
What was the margin of victory, Derek?
15 thousandths of a second, about 2 feet.
2 feet at the finish?
Yes,
wow.
15 thousandths, 0.15, that's the margin. Watch it one more time on the Flow replay, and you will see what 15 thousandths of a second looks like at the finish line. They are glued together, and just literally a foot or two at the finish line is all that separates them. It's a great race. They entered the speed trap about a mile an hour apart. You couldn't have grafted it much better.
Well done at the start also, racers. Well done. Keep it nice and tight. This ain't gonna go.
Now this should be Mario Thau and Luke Carlisle, and it looks like right-hand side is not staying with him, and there's your next strike as he did not stay in off the mark.
So for those of you in the stands, here's the rule. The left lane sets the pace, the right lane keeps up, but neither car can go through the 60-foot where the cones start faster than 70. So the right lane gets a foul because he did not keep up with the left lane. He tried flooring it to catch up, but he should have just kept up from the very beginning and not had that large distance between the cars. So the right lane gets a foul. 2 strikes, you're out on the 70-mile-an-hour speed rule.
Now, Carlisle was perfect on that one. He was at 67 miles an hour, but as you said, right side Mario was just, he could not stay with him from the beginning. I'm not sure if he had an issue, but either way, he fell behind at the start and had to really gas it to get even close to him, and you can't do that. You need to pay attention and stay with him, like you said, right from the very start. All right, here comes our next pair. David Pearlman and Chris Knapp, and we keep him under 70 left side. Gets a good jump, and Pearlman through the top end will go 206. But there is no green light because you saw they did not stay next to each other.
Yeah, that was no start there, no green light.
Yep. So both of them did the first part, keeping it under 70 miles an hour, but there is a part 2. You need to be close to each other, and they missed that part. All right, folks, so as mentioned, that one, the drivers did not keep pace with each other, so we will bring them back around. It wasn't the same as what we had seen previously, where one car was over 70 miles an hour, and that is a clear indication of a foul, so the strike comes out on that one. But in this case, both drivers were under 70. We're trying to get our next pair together here and in the right spot. As I see what appears to be, I believe, this is one of the Mustangs that made it in. And it looks like we have a GTR parked out on the front area. They're just trying to get the lane choice situated. The Mustang is also doing a burnout. Get the tires heated up. We do have a small area right behind the starter box where we will allow cars to do a burnout if they need to put some heat in the tires before they come forward. My guess here is this should be Green versus Fisher in this next matchup, unless we have a rerun that is snuck back around, but this should be the final pair in the first try for Unlimited.
And I believe this is the first year, Derek, where every single car in the Unlimited class qualified over 200 miles an hour, right?
Absolutely. All cars in this category had to go 200.95 or better, and here they come. Cameron Fisher, Justin Green. They are alongside each other, but left-hand side will go too fat.
Once again, left lane. Why are you going 76? You had practice last couple of days. Go 60. You got a fancy Nissan. I know your speedometer works. And for the drivers, tune in to 88.7, FM radio 88.7 to hear all of the announcements.
So Peter, unfortunately, out of the first 8 pairs, we only have 4 winners. We have 4 reruns to come back around.
Well, here's another rerun coming up right now. I believe it's a rerun here.
Correct. This will be our first rerun. So in these cases, you have drivers, the cars are a little bit warmer. They're going to want to make sure that they play by the rules here. And right-hand side, 70. 27.41 for Marco, and that is his second strike, so he is out. Car number 6 is officially disqualified. Left side will move on. And folks, please allow me to explain. Left side was your #1 qualifier. There was about 12 miles an hour between those two cars in qualifying. So right side knows that he is the huge underdog and is probably trying to get a jump to be able to have a chance to stay with the #1 qualifier. The first time, he went 74 miles an hour and got his first strike. Second time, almost kept it good, but went 70.41. So he broke out, going over the speed by 0.41 mile an hour, and that is his second strike. You get 2 strikes and you are out.
And drivers, listen up. Yesterday, the top 2 qualifiers in Elite 8 underground racing, one of them went 230.30, the other one went 230.32. They had 8 mile an hour start speed difference. It goes to show you, you can go 60 at the start. It's not going to make a difference on terminal speed, at least not a meaningful one. Keep it under.
All right, so into Elite 8 here. Both of them kept it good. 222.02 miles an hour for Jordan Cantor in our first pair of the New Jersey-based R8 will move to the next round of competition. Cantor, your #4 qualifier, came in at a 219 blast and ratchets it up to 222.02 right here for the win. So folks, again, we are jumping into from our unlimited class as we are waiting for reruns into the Elite 8. Now this is the fastest 8 cars. You had to qualify at 212.98 miles an hour or faster. Now this class does not have a cap or a breakout speed. It is get to the finish line first on a clean start. Again, the 70 mile an hour and pacing is still in effect. That is still there. But get to the finish line first with those 2 steps in mind. Casey Howeth right side. Mark James with the big job on the left side, and he will not get there. Howeth will take his foot out of it and easily go to the next round. Now, this was the guy right here.
You already know the strategy.
30 miles an hour in qualifying, and he will get an easy run of it.
You know the strategy, Derek. Those are both underground racing cars. They talked to one another before the race and figured out who's going to move on to the next round. It's not rocket science. Come on, y'all. Sacrificial lamb in the left lane. That's what that was.
I kind of had a feeling that that might have been the case because, you know, when we saw the Howeth all-family final last year, it was kind of a cruise down Broadway. Both of them were real happy to get to that point.
But racers, it just goes to show you, if you actually want to go below 70 and pair up, it's really easy. They were literally right next to each other. They were literally going 67 miles an hour. It's very easy to do if you just play like a professional and like a gentleman.
Luke Carlisle, car number 36 at Unlimited. I need you back immediately. Car number 36, Luke Carlisle. I need you back for your rerun immediately. We do not want to send a single. I need you back, please. Peter, this is one of the ones that you told me about a couple of days ago. Marcelo Duran's car will be coming up next. The Stars and Stripes GTR. This car has quite a history. And apparently the Duran team got an offer that he could not refuse for this car, so it is now being wheeled on the left-hand side in this matchup by Khalid Valorfiz. And we are good on the start here with green lights. 225 miles an hour for Khalid on the left-hand side. And he will get the win here. Your number 3 qualifier, dismissing Mark Blackwell's California-based Lamborghini, who went 211.84, but got around him at the top end. And so there's a case of where the higher speed did not get the W. The Jenk side will advance. So the margin of victory on that one, folks, a scant 0.03 of a second, about 10 feet, so about 3/4 of a car length. Left side was coming hard, too. So this is our final pair in Elite 8, round number 1. So far, we have had 3 clean pairs. We may get a 4th here, and if we do, we will go back into our unlimited category for our second of 3 reruns that are remaining. Joe Martinez, Kevin Howeth, your number 1 qualifier on the right side. Nope, we got a red light. So folks, left-hand side, setting the pace, your number 8 qualified car, and he went 71.77, which means he is above the threshold. That is his first strike. So we will have to bring them and Kevin Howeth back. Again, Joe Martinez qualified at 212.98 miles an hour. He knows he's good, but you got to face a guy going 230. That's a big hill to climb. So we are going to go back into unlimited here with one of our reruns. And we will have a final rerun in Elite 8 coming back shortly. So we go back into a class where there is a breakout. Again, the speed needs to be 217.73 or lower. Next pair on their way, and they are way far apart here. So we will not get a green light out of that one either. So the last time, Mario was way too quick. He went 78.37. That time, they were not close to each other. That was why there was no green light triggered. All right, attention in the pits. I have a blue golf cart between Supersport and MVP. I need it moved immediately, please. I have a blue golf cart located between 2 vendors on the midway. It needs to be moved immediately, please. So Luke Carlisle and Mario Thau will come back around. comes your next pair. Chris Knapp, David Pearlman. They stay next to each other. We got a green light. Here we go to the finish line. Pearlman left side, Knapp right side. And to the top end, both of them above 190 miles an hour. Left side will get there first, 192.34. So David Pearlman will come back around. After both of them were not close enough to each other the first time, they do well this time. And Pearlman in the Lamborghini left side out of Florida holds off the Utah-based GTR of Chris Knapp. Looks like we will have our final rerun, or one of our final reruns here for Unlimited. And then I believe we have a pair for Elite. That should be our rerun pair. And then Super Sport at the ready. So here comes our next pair, Cameron Fisher, Justin Green. They both will keep it in the speed zone they need to. And Cameron Fisher in the Mustang right side. He will go 204.50 miles an hour. Your number 12 qualifier will score the upset. Justin Green, who had a strike already, was probably trying to watch his speed, did not get on the loud pedal early enough, and a big upset, ladies and gentlemen. Your number 12 qualifier, Cameron Fisher in the Mustang, based right here out of Texas, dismisses your number 5 qualifier, Justin Green out of Colorado, and the GTR, he is out earlier than expected. All right, folks, we're going to go back into our rerun pair. This should be Joe Martinez and Kevin Howeth. Now, Howeth is your number 1 qualifier, the yellow Lamborghini on the right-hand side. Guy went 230.32 miles an hour yesterday. So Joe Martinez already has a strike, and he is nowhere near the box. So there is no green light, and unfortunately, we will have to bring them back around. Martinez did not set the pace well on that one. The left side is supposed to lead, and Martinez did not do it. All right, folks, we're going to move into the Super Sport class. The Super Sport class is next. Here comes your first pair of cars. Now, the breakout speed here, 205.75 miles an hour. Bailey Kinsley, Eric Montoya. We got a green light. Kinsley on the left in the GTR, Montoya on the right in the GTR to the top end. And the slower speed got the jump and will get there first. 191.88 miles an hour on the right-hand side. A faster 194.90 for Kinsley on the left side, but Montoya, the Texas-based GTR, will hang on just 0.02 of a second, separated him at the finish line about 7 feet. So that was a big upset. The number 13 qualifier upsetting the number 4 qualifier. And now our next pair getting ready. So this should be Hector on the right-hand side, Hector Tejada, and Jamie Gutierrez. So Hector is on the right-hand side in the Blue Python, the GTR based out of New Jersey. Gutierrez is on the left side out of Utah driving the GTR. Your number 6 qualifier, the higher qualified car, I believe is on the right-hand side, and number 11 car, the upset-minded Gutierrez, is on the left. The officials are getting them in the right spot. So now we go into the Super Sport category. We've already seen one pair. Now, Super Sport, again, because we bring the breakout speed back into effect. Your top qualifier was 200.75 miles an hour, which means we had the 5-mile-an-hour grace. So any car, whether they get there or first get the win line or not, 205.75 or faster is the breakout speed. And left-hand side made the move. It looks like Hector did not follow, so we will back them up. So again, this is a sport that requires some, hey, you pay attention to me, I pay attention to you. We have to make sure our dancing partner is there, and we have to make sure that they are within a car length of us when we go across the starting line stripe. Also make sure that we keep it under 70 miles an hour. Jamie on his way, and Hector is alongside. Can they keep it under 70? They will. We see a green. Can the underdog hang on? No, Hector will slingshot around him. The number 6 car. Hector will get there with a 201.70 blast in the New Jersey-based hot rod, and he will move to the next round of competition. He stays safe underneath that 205.75 threshold. Now for Gutierrez, considering that he ran 193.01 in qualifying, went 192.73, stays very consistent, but knew that he had one of the quicker cars in the field and had to do something, and Hector just made all the right moves on that one. So the Blue Python will come back for round number 2. Our next pair rolling through. Nicole Villa and Justin Sherman. Sherman's on the left, Phil is on the right. We got a red light as Nicole is too quick. So Nicole Villa on the right-hand side, going too quick, 72.15. That'll be her first strike. So our next pair should be Jason Patton and Ryan Carruthers. Car number 147, I need driver to your car, please. Jason Patton, Ryan Carruthers, and we got a green light as both of them keep it at 68 miles an hour to the finish line. Patton left side, Carruthers right side. And left-hand side will notch it here. The Colorado-based GTR, 199.09 miles an hour, holds off Carruthers. In the Alberta, Canada-based GTR, 194.52 for Patton to take the win. So your number 3 qualifier, one of the guys that was right at that 200-mile-an-hour threshold, rolls right through. He qualified at 199.59, goes 199.08 here. Carruthers qualified at 191.18. He turned it up a little bit, went 194.5 there. Made a good run of it, just came up a little bit short. Our next pair, Nick Booth, Hector Garcia. Booth on the left, Garcia on the right, pair of GTRs. We got a green light. Booth tries to hang on left side, Garcia digging away on the right side, top end. 193.80. We'll get there first as Garcia falters a little bit in the mid-range, pours the power on at the top end to go 202.44, but will come up short by a good margin, almost, I'd say 4 or 5 car lengths. It was almost 90 feet, 0.3 of a second. Looks like Miles Kerr should be racing against Guillermo Suarez. Kerr in the little Acura Integra called the Gringo, and unfortunately he will not get a chance to exercise it here as Suarez is too quick. So Guillermo Suarez, right-hand side, did not keep pace at the right speed. He is at 77.63, trying to stay with a little pocket rocket Acura Integra of Miles Kerr. And so Guillermo gets his first strike. That should bring us to our number 1 qualifier against the number 16 qualifier pair next. As Inoa and it looks like Morello will match up against each other here. Morello, and we will not get a start out of this one either as Mario too quick. right, we're going back to unlimited here, and it looks like right-hand side yet again cannot stay together. And that will be Mario's second strike. All right, folks, so let me explain there on the unlimited rerun. So that was their third rerun. So on the first one, Mario Thal right side went 78.37, so he got a strike for going too fast. The second time, he did not keep pace. We gave him a warning and said, if you do it again, we will disqualify you. He did it the second time right there. So Luke Carlisle, car number 36, your third qualifier, will move on. And that will officially set the stage for round number 2 of the unlimited classes. Now we have 8 cars rolling through to number 2. We are stacked and packed in that category. We will now jump back into another of our reruns, I believe. All right, folks, so this should be our final pair. St. Ferruz against West Thaxton, but right side did not show. The Lamborghini did not make the call. So West Thaxton out of Las Vegas in the Audi will get a tune-up shot. He goes 186, but again, as soon as he basically rolled through the starting gate, he will get an automatic berth into the next round. So your number 2 qualifier is a no-show, and the biggest upset so far, even though it was a no-show, your number 15 qualifier in Super Sport will move on to round number 2. So that should leave us with 3 reruns remaining in Super Sport. Miles Kerr and Guillermo Suarez come back for another shot, and we got a green light. And Miles in the Acura has problems. Suarez will get out of the jam after getting smacked for going too fast. Your number 12 qualifier takes advantage of Miles' unfortunate issue, and your number 12 qualifier, Suarez, will come back for the next round of competition. That's a tough break for Miles. His car just got put back together. He made a real good run in qualifying, but he has issues there. Your number 12 qualifier will move on. Racers, listen up, please. Roll racers, listen up, please. If you have a rerun, you need to come straight back to the lanes. If you stop in your pits, you risk disqualification. Once again, roll racers, if for whatever reason you have a rerun, You need to come straight back to the staging lanes. Otherwise, you risk disqualification. All right, folks, here we go into our sport class. This is our fourth and final class. 194.39 breakout speed. And unfortunately, we will not get a clean run out of this pair. This right side, Logan Epling, going too fast. So right-hand side on that one, went through the speed box. The starting line at 71.39, 1.39 miles an hour above the maximum threshold. So Logan will get the first strike. Now, interestingly enough, Logan was your number 3 qualifier and trying to keep pace with Jacob Edwards' left side in the BMW, who was at 61 miles an hour. So he was at a very reasonable mile an hour to keep up with, but might have just had a problem out of the starting gate. Here comes your next pair, Kenny Tran, Ismael Martinez. And we will get a red light on this one as Martinez is way too fast. And left side, unfortunately, will make a full pull, and Kenny Tran will be too quick.
Yeah, but it sure beats the cost of a switch. Right. Exactly. Yeah, just chop brisket, smack the fish cakes off the other side. Yeah, chop brisket. I like okra. I don't like stew though. Fried, I like. But my dad used to stew it. I hated stew.
All right, folks, so this could be our final rerun. It's Joe Martinez, Kevin Howeth. Can they keep them where they need to be? We got a green. Your number 1 qualifier, right-hand side, Howeth. Martinez, left side. Can we unseat the number 1 car? No, he will hang on. Howeth got the jump he needed, stayed out in front, and a 178.53 mile an hour blast to save the parts and pieces is enough. Although Martinez was coming. He goes 211.49, but cannot get there. And by about 0.2 of a second, about 4 or 5 car lengths, Howeth. Kevin will go to the next round. Your number 1 qualifier avoids the upset, and he will hang on. So that'll officially wrap up Elite 8 for round number 1.
Yeah, you could see he was on the brakes well before the finish line. He's saving it, like you said, for the next couple of rounds. Should be an interesting semifinal and final round later on, guys. So for those of you that don't know, the Elite 8 is the fastest 8 cars on the property. There's only 8 of them, so they have a quarterfinal, semifinal, and final round. And in the other classes, Unlimited, Super Sport, and Sport, they have 16 cars, so field of 16.
Back into our sport category, Curtis Wentworth leading Gonzalez. We got a red light as Curtis Wentworth, way too fast.
I mean, it's not rocket science, drivers. Left lane, just get to 65-ish. Stay below 70. Right lane, just keep up. That's all you got to do. I know, sounds easier than it probably is when you're behind the wheel of these monsters.
So Curtis Wentworth is your number 16 qualifier. He just barely made it in the field, and he's got your number 1 qualifier, Manny Costales, who qualified over 13 miles an hour faster than him, so trying to get the jump there and just a little bit too quick. So we will have to bring them back. Next pair rolling. Ricardo Espinosa and Doms Hobbers. And we got a green light here. Espinosa left side out of Florida. Hobbers right hand side to the finish line for these two. Almost identical, 186.18 left side, 185.15 on the right hand side. Espinosa notches the win. Your number 7 qualifier will advance. And Espinosa picking up just a little bit from his 185.78 mile an hour speed that he ran in qualifying. Saubers went 182.27, so he picked up about 2.5 miles an hour. So both drivers improving just a little bit here this morning. And a good race. About 1900ths of a second separated them. So folks, as Peter mentioned, this is our final class, the sport class. All right, folks, so I've been told one of our 2 reruns for Supersport comes up next. So Justin Sherman, Nicole Villa come up next. Villa on the right side already has a strike, so she needs to keep it clean under 70 miles an hour. They are next to each other. That part is good. But we have a red light, and Nicole is above 70 miles an hour once again, and that will eliminate her. So folks, as I was leading into, Justin Sherman, left-hand side, car number 92, will advance there as Nicole Villa on the right side went 72.15. So she was about 2 miles an hour above the threshold on her first lap. Need to keep it under 70 miles an hour flat. And on the second one, she slowed down a little bit, but not enough. 71.64 and 2 strikes, you're out. This isn't baseball. We do things a little differently here. We don't give you a chance to get to 3. All right, so in this case, right side, way above the 70 mile an hour threshold. So left side was just under the 70 mile an hour threshold at 69.46. And if you do not pay attention on the start and you're trying to play catch up, it is very possible that you can miss it and have to really get after it to come back up. So right side way above the 70 mile an hour, that will be their first strike.
Yeah, but
And we will go back into Super Sport, I believe. This will be our final rerun pair.
Yeah, but they're trying to get to where they got some traction too. You can just see where they hammer down.
So this should be Inoa against Murillo, but it looks like one of our competitors has not made it back. Might have had an issue on that run. Wow. Folks, your number one qualifier, Mario Inoa, did not make it back for the rerun. You want to talk about an upset, the Mustang going down right-hand side. Jahaziel Murillo out of Texas, your number 16 qualifier, folks, will go to round number 2 as Mario was a no-show for the second time. And your number 16 qualifier moves on. This is why we do not run on paper. So a 66-mile-an-hour pass is good enough to get Murillo into the second round.
Never ridden in a V10 Audi 8 before. Have you really? I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
Green light on this one, Jacob Edwards, Logan Epling. This is a rerun. The BMW has problems on the left-hand side, and Epling will coast the Audi R8 from Tennessee down the right-hand side, but we did not get a green light, it looks like. Or nope, there we are, we got one. I thought I saw one in the middle of the racetrack, but in trying to keep the notes and jumping between classes, both of them did enter the speed box at 61 miles an hour. So that is a good race, and Epling, the number 3 qualifier, will move on. We got a green light on this one. Ismael Martinez and Kenny Tran, the rerun. Tran has problems left-hand side, and Martinez, your number 13 qualifier, will upset your number 4 qualifier, the Mark IV Supra. Martinez will move on. Curtis Wentworth, Manny Costales, this is their rerun. And we keep it green here. Number 16 qualifier on the right side. Is he out in front? Can hang on. He will do it. Your number 16 qualifier, folks. Curtis Wentworth out of Missouri hangs on and knocks out your number 1 qualifier out of Florida, Manny Costales. That is our second time the number 1 qualifier in a field today gets knocked out in round number 1. Curtis Wentworth, your number 16 qualifier, finds a whole bunch of speed, goes from 176.85 to 188, and he will get the W. Javier Maldonado and John Cretella next. We got green lights here. Maldonado right side, Cretella left-hand side to the top end. And 150-mile-an-hour blast will hold off the quickly closing 182. And Maldonado, your number 6 qualifier, who got a strike last time, will hang on here and move the GTR to the next round.
Yeah, it was horrible, horrible. Very traumatic. Yeah, you get right in the kidney, dude. It was like, first I thought, other than I was standing over my soccer door when I got shot. Damn, I went down on my knees, dude. I mean, I was crying. I was crying. Never had a kidney stone in my life. Didn't even know what it was. I mean, I knew what it was, but not for me. Dude, I went down, and I was down for like 3 days.
So this should be Jensa Vida and Sergio De La Torre, but Sergio was a no-show here. The number 15 qualifier did not make the call. So car number 111, Jensa will come back for round number 2, gets a tune-up shot, and they will coast through at just under 90 miles an hour. This should be Brandon Fruza and Defend Land, and unfortunately Fruza does not show. So Land, the Texas-based Audi R8, your number 12 qualifier, will move on to the next round. That should leave us with one pair remaining. Should be Sterling Moss and Luis Padilla. I believe that should be our final pair. Round 1 winners. Round 1 winners for Roll Racing. Need you to cool them and fuel them and bring them back, please. Elite 8. Need you back to lane number 10, please. Elite 8. Need you back to lane number 10, please. I need Unlimited. Unlimited. Round number 2, back to lane number 8, please. Unlimited. Round number 2. Need you back to lane number 8. If you won round number 1, I need you back. Super Sport, round number 2. Need you back to lane number 6, please. Super Sport. If you won round number 1, I need you back for round number 2, please. Lane number 6. And the Sport Class. Need you back to lane number 4. Sport Class. Need you back to lane number 4. Attention in the pits. Attention in the pits. I have a racer's pit area that has been blocked by another vehicle. So listen up, please. I have a driver's vehicle that is blocking racer access. As Luis Padilla, Sterling Moss, it looks like Sterling is a no-show, so Luis gets a tune-up shot. He goes 183.11 miles an hour. And that will get him a round 2 ticket against Curtis Wentworth for round number 2. Folks, that'll officially complete round number 1 of the sport class, as well as round number 1 of all roll racing. We are going to bring the tractors out and do a little bit of touch-up work here, and then we will get ready for round number 2. So you have a few minutes to stretch your legs while we get cars back to the lanes. Go over and visit the TX2K apparel booth. It is located as soon as you come off the grandstands, just past the white building. Right next to them is our friends at Summit Racing Equipment, as well as 1320 Video. Make sure you go and visit all 3 of those companies, as well as several dozen vendors, shops, and sponsors that are here on site for day number 5, Friday, roll racing eliminations action here at the 27th annual TX2K 2026, brought to us by Summit Racing Equipment. We're going to take a quick break here while we touch up the racetrack, and we will get ready for round number 2 of roll racing. Once again, round number 2 of roll racing. Drivers, if you won round number 1, I need you back to the same lanes that we ran you in for round number 1 for round number 2. Cool them and fuel them and bring them right back, please. Drivers, cool them and fuel them, bring them right back, please. Elite 8, need you back to lane number 10, please. Elite 8, need you back to lane number 10, please. Unlimited, need you back to lane number 8, please. Unlimited, back to lane number 8, please. Super Sport, need you back to lane number 6, please. Super Sport, back to lane number 6, please. And I need Sport, back to lane number 4, please. Sport, need you back to lane number 4, please. Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. Spectators, I have a driver that is blocking access to a racer's pit area. It is a Ford Expedition with Georgia plates. Plate number C as in Chrysler, M as in Mary, J, 5383. Once again, I have a Ford Expedition that is blocking racer pit access. It has Georgia plates. Plate number C as in Cat, M as in Mary, J, 5383. If that is your vehicle, I need it moved immediately, and I do mean immediately. If you do not move it, racers are resourceful. They'll move it for you. You may not find it again. If you are rolling through the pit area and you find a spot that looks too good to be true, it probably is. So please, please, please consider where you are parking before you park there. Attention in the pits and attention in the grandstands. Kevin Pennock, and Benedict Henket. Kevin Pennock and Benedict Henket. If you are on site, I need you to second floor of the tower, room 208. please bring your ID with you. Kevin Pennick and Benedict Henket. If you are on site, I need you to the second floor of the tower, room 208. Please bring your ID with you.
At Motor State Distributing, the standard is simple. The right parts from the brands builders trust. For more than 60 years, our team has helped keep the industry moving. Working alongside brands like Holley, from garages to racetracks across the country, all of it moving forward and fueling passion.
We drive tech. We drive the industry, going beyond the limits and advancing forward. A versatile all-in-one solution. We're here for you every step of the way. And that's why you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
When you use Hot Shot Secret oil and fuel additives, you get decades worth of cutting-edge innovation. Innovation that saves you money and maximizes efficiency and performance. Hot Shot Secret started with a mission to solve one engine problem. Today, we have solutions for all kinds of common issues that impact your bottom line. From our world-class lab to your cars, trucks, and equipment, Hot Shot Secret is powered by science.
Redline oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me. Proven by me.
To win, proven by me.
At Motor State Distributing, the standard is simple. The right parts from the brands builders trust. For more than 60 years, our team has helped keep the industry moving. Working alongside brands like Holly, from garages to racetracks across the country. All of it moving forward and fueling passion.
This is what power looks like. PDRA Pro Mod Power. The Red Line Oil PDRA Drag Racing Series is back April 16th through 18th to Rana Motorsports Park, Benson, North Carolina. The Summit Racing East Coast Nationals, presented by Fuel Tech. There's nothing like the rush of side-by-side Pro Mods at over 200 miles per hour, shaking the ground you stand on. Get your tickets now. See it, hear it, feel it. PDRA.
Once again, roll racers, round number 1 winners, I need you back now, please. Roll race, round 1 winners. I need you back to the lanes at this time, please. I need a lead 8, back to lane 10, please. My final 4, need you back to lane number 10, please. Unlimited, round number 2, need you back to lane number 8, please. Unlimited, round number 2, need you back to lane number 8. Super Sport, need you back to lane number 6, please. Super Sport. Need you back to lane number 6, please. And the Sport Class. Need you back for round number 2 to lane number 4, please. Sport Class. Need you back. Lane number 4, please. Folks, again, for all of you that are here on site at Texas Motorplex, as well as all of you that are watching us on FloRacing, thank you so much for joining us for what has been an absolutely beautiful Friday here at Texas Motorplex. The weather, a little unseasonably warm, but I know a lot of you will not mind that, considering that we have had some other weather in the last couple of years that we have been here. So should prove to be a very nice day here. Again, we will run roll racing eliminations down to winners. We're in round number 2 right here. Once we crown winners in roll racing, we will make the move to drag racing for qualifier number 3. And that will run us into the evening and complete our Friday. We will come back tomorrow for what right now is scheduled to be 3 rounds of qualifying. And that will set our fields for drag racing, and we will finalize that for Sunday eliminations. We will set all the fields, get everybody in the right places. Any alternates that need to be plugged in will be done. And then we will crown the remaining winners. And again, after 26 years with TX2K, this one has a lot of people that have already laid down personal bests, some absolutely amazing performances. As we talked about on the roll race side, the Howeth family matching 230-mile-an-hour blasts out of their Lamborghinis, and they finished number 1 and number 2 last year. So no doubt they are the favorites to move back to the final rounds again this year. On the drag race side of things, right now the headliners have been bouncing back and forth in the 2JZ versus the world category between Eric LaFerriere, and Brett LaSalla. Now, LaSalla fired the first shot in Snot Rocket 3.0, going 617 at 235 miles an hour. That got him the #1 spot for the first session. Eric LaFerriere fired back yesterday, and he laid down a 614 at 233 to reclaim the top spot. So the world answered on the first one. 2JZ answered on the second one. We will see what happens on their third one later today. So, folks, if you are watching on FloRacing, you see the schedule. Once again, we are in round number 2 of Roll Race Eliminations. About to get them paired up. We will then go into drag racing. We will start with the same order rotation as we have for the last 2 days. We'll start with our heavyweight class. That's 4,000 pounds or higher with only 200 pounds of ballast. Then we go to the X58 class. That's the class based around the drive line of the B58 and S, as in Samuel 58, that is used on the Toyota Mark V Supra, as well as several BMW platforms. Then we have our first of 2 GTR classes, GTR Unlimited, and then GTR 68, the second of which has a minimum weight of 3,550 pounds and must use a stock turbo location as well as a maximum 68 millimeter turbo. The next class is DCT, is one of our largest, standing for dual clutch transmission. Then our exhibition class, that is not a qualifier. Exhibition is just like the name suggests. That's for shops and cars that don't fit into a specific class that would still like to make a run on a very well-prepped surface. And the SIG Prep crew, along with the crew here from Texas Motorplex, as well as our friends Michael. My apologies, I'm having an absolute brain fade here. As we assemble a team that is comprised of SIG Prep as well as Texas Motorplex, and we do bring in a few additional members, Zach and Michael, to help us out here, along with Gavin Carter, to help get this surface, and that's what the exhibition class is used for. Then we follow that with our street car class. That is our largest class on property outside of roll racing. We then go into stick shift, and then 2JZ versus the world. That'll complete our round 3 qualifying, and that is the order we will run them in. So that'll be coming up this afternoon. So spectators, as you're making your way around the facility, and again, we have a ton of sponsors, shops, and vendors that are here on site. Please make sure you take time to go around and see them. And if you get a chance to talk to the representatives, tell them thank you for being part of TX2K26 right here at Texas Motorplex. Once again, my roll race competitors, I need all of you back. I am still missing several of you roll racers. We are getting to that time where we do not want to send singles, but we need you back. So once again, all round 1 winners in roll racing, I need you back right now, please. All roll racing round 1 winners, need you back right now. All roll race round 1 winners, need you back, please. Elite 8, lane number 10. Unlimited class, lane number 8. Super Sport, lane number 6. Sport class, lane number 4. Need you all back at this time for round 2 of competition. All right, attention in the pits, attention in the pits. I have my Elite 8 field for round 2, and I have my Sport class for round 2. I am still missing Unlimited drivers and Super Sport. Unlimited and Super Sport, this is your final call to come to the lanes, please. Unlimited. Final call. If you are not here, we will run without you. Super Sport, this is your final call. If you are not here, we will run without you. We don't want to, but we need you here, please. Once again, Unlimited and Super Sport. We are still missing drivers. We need you immediately, please. All right, so attention in the pits, attention in the pits. I am missing 3 drivers from the lanes, 3 drivers from the lanes. And it looks like we have gotten our Super Sport class together, I believe. Based on looking at all 3 of them are going to come out of Unlimited. So I'm missing 3 drivers from Unlimited. 3 drivers from Unlimited. I need Curtis Adams, car number 37, Curtis Adams. Car number 37, I need you. Also need car number 25, David Pearlman. Car number 25, David Pearlman, I need you. And also need, let's see here, car number 148, Very Ease. Car number 148, Very Ease. I need you as well. Those are the 3 cars I'm missing. Car number 37, car number 25, and car number 148. All in Unlimited class. I need you right now, please. All right, spectators, it looks like we are getting closer to going back into roll racing as I have 3 of my 4 classes accounted for. Elite 8, Super Sport, and Sport. We have all drivers in position. We are just missing 3 Unlimited drivers, and unfortunately with 8 drivers remaining, that means that we will have some pairs that will not become pairs. So we are going to give them just a couple more minutes, but we need them now, please. All right, folks, we are ready to go for round number 2. I believe we still have 2 more cars that are rolling towards the lanes right now, so outside of 1 car that is broke, we should be ready to go for round number 2 of action here. All right, folks, here we go. Got cars rolling into position. In the box in the back, just behind the tower. We will get things started in our Super Sport class for round number 2. So 16 cars started. We are down to 8 remaining in Super Sport. So that means 4 pairs. Again, this class will have a threshold breakout of 205.75 miles an hour. That is the threshold of what we will have in this class. So Super Sport will get us started. So we will go from 8 cars down to 4. We will do the same in the Unlimited class and in the Sport class. Now, Elite 8, as the name suggests, is our top 8 speeds. Because there are 8 cars, that is only a 3-round race. We will run round number 2 of them here. When we do round number 3, it'll only be of 3 of the 4 classes. We'll give Elite 8 a little extra time to get cooled down, and then we will bring all our finalists back to run together. So it looks like our first pair out will be Guillermo Suarez on the right-hand side and Eric Montoya on the opposite side. Now, the interesting thing here, folks, is both of these cars came from the bottom side of the qualifying sheet, number 12 and number 13 qualifier. Montoya's left, and we are red as 1 car a little above the 70-mile-an-hour speed. So Suarez on the right-hand side, who got a strike last time for going too fast across the speed line, does it again here, going 70.78, so we will have to bring them back around to rerun that pair. Drivers, listen up. Drivers, listen up. We have escorts at the top end of the racetrack to not only tell you about the foul and why the rerun, they will guide you back to the lanes. You need to stay with them. Nick Booth, West Thaxton. And we do not get a green light here as they were not close enough to each other. They both stayed under the 70-mile-an-hour threshold, but West Thaxton did not keep up with Nick Booth in the right location, so that one will also get rerun. Here's our next pair, Justin Sherman and Aziel Murillo. We got a green light, folks. Sherman left side GTR, Murillo right side in the Mustang top end. We'll see 195 miles an hour for the GTR. And Sherman on the left-hand side. will turn on the win light. Your number 8 qualifier getting the better of the number 16 qualifier, which upset the number 1 qualifier. But the winning ways for Murillo will stop right there, and Sherman, your number 8 car, will advance on. So your number 8 qualifier moving on. And here comes what should be your final pair of round number 2 of Supersport. This one should be Patton versus Tejada. Hector is on the right side, Jason is on the left. We got green lights. Jason Patton left-hand side in the GTR, the Blue Python trying to give chase, but the left side, Jason Patton, will turn on the win light. Your number 3 qualifier, he went 199.08 in the first round, backs it up at 198.90 this round. So Pat staying very consistent, and he will move his GTR based out of Colorado into round number 3, that's the semifinals. Tejada kept him close, but had some problems in the mid-range. It slows to 111 miles an hour, and his winning ways will end there. So we have 2 cars into the semifinals in Supersport. We need to bring the 2 pairs back to rerun. All right, so it looks like we will get at least one of our Supersport reruns here, as Eric Montoya and Guillermo Suarez will come back around. Now, Suarez got the first strike. He is driving the Lamborghini out of Land O'Lakes, Florida, on the right-hand side of the racetrack. In trying to stay with Montoya, he fell back enough to where he went above the 70-mile-an-hour threshold at 70.78 miles an hour. So Montoya, your number 13 qualifier, and Suarez, your number 12 qualifier. Based on paper, neither one of them should be here in round number 2, but one of them gets to go to the semis. Can we keep them together this time? It looks good so far. The right side starts to fall back. Can he close the gap? No, he will not. So we did not get a green light. All right, folks, so there was no green light there. So what happened was the right-hand side was too far back. So that will get a 3rd shot. Here comes our rerun between Nick Booth and Wes Thaxton. We got a green light here. So Thaxton on the right, Booth on the left, and Booth will get the light here as the GTR out of Colorado goes 199.62, and that will be enough to get the win light here. So Booth picking up some speed over where he started with, and he will move into the semifinals. So we have one more rerun to come back, but we will make the move to unlimited, I believe. So in unlimited, a 217.74 mile an hour breakout speed. We will start with Luke Carlisle and Oscar Morales. Number 3 versus number 6. And a red light as Oscar way too fast. So the blue GTR on the right-hand side going 78.82 miles an hour. Again, over the threshold of 70 miles an hour. So that is a strike. If he does it a second time, then he would be disqualified, and Luke Carlisle would get the automatic nod to go into the next round. Our next pair here should be Rodriguez, opposite Pearlman, number 7 qualifier and number 2 qualifier. Rodriguez pulling double duty here as he is running both in the roll race section as well as the GTR 68 class. And we have several competitors that will run both. They will run the roll racing and the drag racing for maximum fun, and in the case of the engine, maximum usage or maximum abuse, depending on which way you want to look at it. So David Pearlman, left-hand side, your number 2 qualifier. He went 211.68 miles an hour in qualifying. On the opposite side of the ladder, Rodriguez ran 204. So the right side's the underdog, left side's the favorite car. They enter the speed box, and we're good. Off to the races we go. Right side tried to keep him honest, but Pearlman rockets through the finish line to go 187.50 miles an hour, corrected down to 187.32, and he will get the win. Rodriguez was right with him, made it to about half track, and you saw Pearlman start to pull away. So this is a first of, I believe, 2 singles that are both opponent brokes. So Judge Hishiano on the right-hand side, the juggernaut out of Washington, should be facing Curtis Adams, but Adams, your number 1 qualifier, did not show. So the right-hand side, your number 9 qualifier will move on. So our next car, Cameron Fisher, should be facing Sinjin Varese on the left side. Just wanted to make sure I had my notes correct. But your number 4 qualifier, broken and cannot make it. So the Mustang out of Texas on the right-hand side will get a single here. Now again, folks, you see both of these cases where they just roll the cars down there slowly. The reason why, to save the wear and tear on the parts and pieces and also keep the heat in the cars down. If there's no reason for you to make a full pull, it'll save the heat in the car will run quicker and faster when you bring it back around for the semifinals, and that's why both cars are just gonna roll slowly down the racetrack. So that should give us 3 out of 4 unlimited winners. We have a rerun to do. All right, looks like we're moving to Super Sport here next. We have two numbers, and I'm missing one, but this is Guillermo Suarez and Eric Montoya. And we have a red light once again, as it looks like Suarez will run out of chances here, as I do believe that is his second strike. Stand by for just a second. So that actually was a Super Sport pair, and once again, Suarez, right side above the 70-mile-an-hour threshold, went 78 miles an hour. That is his second one, so that will disqualify him. And Eric Montoya, car number 53, will move on. This is our rerun to get unlimited. Luke Carlisle and Oscar Morales, and Morales above the 70-mile-an-hour threshold for the second time, and that will punch his ticket to sit for the rest of the day. And Luke Carlisle, car number 36, will advance. So folks, again, in both of those last two rounds, the right-hand side going above the 70-mile-an-hour threshold for the second time. The first time you get a strike, which is basically a warning of do it again and you will be disqualified. And in that case, we had both of them do it again. So that means that the competitor moves on. Now we go to Elite 8. First pair out, Jordan Cantor with the big job of trying to take out Kevin Howeth. And they will not do it, as Jordan just barely, and I do mean barely, above the 70-mile-an-hour threshold. Look at the left side scoreboard, folks. 70.05. He tried to get everything he could out of it, but came up just a little bit too fast. Jordan knows, even after running 222 miles an hour last time, he's facing the #1 qualifier. He's got to get everything he could out of the car. Ends up just 0.05 of a mile an hour above where he needed to be. So we will bring them back to try it again. That means we should see Casey Howeth up against Blackwell in the other pair, and they are getting matched up right now. So Blackwell, your #6 qualifier, who upset his way into round number 2, going 211.84 miles an hour, gets a chance right here to knock off one of the top guys. Now we got a red light as KC goes above the 70-mile-an-hour threshold. So folks, as you could see, the elite class, knowing that they are one win light away from going to a final, so both drivers just a little above that 70-mile-an-hour threshold. We will now go to the sport class while we get those reruns back. All right, folks, so we get ready to go here with our sport class. The breakout here, 194.39. And both, we will get another above 70-mile-an-hour threshold. You see the red lights come on.
I mean, these cars have really good and accurate speedometers. So drivers are just trying to maximize that start line speed. But that's a strike, buddy. Don't do it again. The last 3 runs, all they have to do is get to that first orange cone going 70 or slower. That's it. 70 mile an hour or less. Both lanes, and it's a good race. That's all they have to do. Left lane sets the pace at 65.
Here comes our next pair. This is Epling versus Maldonado. And Maldonado also gets a little jumpy, going above the 70-mile-an-hour threshold.
Wow. Some drivers are spot on, get it right every time. Others just can't seem to go below 70, but it can't be that hard, y'all. Left lane sets the pace, 62, 63, 64, 65 miles an hour in that range. Right lane keeps up.
Back to our Elite 8 class, Jordan Cantor, Kevin Howeth. Can we keep them green? Yes, we will. Howeth on the right-hand side, Cantor on the left side. Top end, 28.18 miles an hour. 228.18. Cantor goes 216, trying to keep pace. But Howeth will go right back to the final round for the second straight year.
And Mr. Cantor and Mr. Howeth, thank you for actually going below 70 at the start. Target speed, 60 to 65. They were both 58, 59. Not playing games with one another, being honest and pairing up. And that's what a fair street race, because remember, this is a simulated street race. That's what a fair street race looks like.
All right, back to the sport class, and we got a green light here. Louis Padilla and Curtis Wentworth. Wentworth right-hand side, Padilla left-hand side to the top end. And we will see 184 miles an hour. Curtis Wentworth, your number 16 qualifier, continues to hang on.
And so for those of you in the stands, you saw the 216, the 228 before. That takes about 3,300 horsepower to the tires to go in the high 220s. Probably close to 3,000, 2,800 to go 216, 218. To go 184, it takes a legitimate 1,800 to the tire. For perspective.
All right, this is Stefan Lang and Ismael Martinez. And we got a red light. Both cars going above 70 miles an hour.
Okay, so if you're wondering what happens here, they both went over 70, who gets the foul? The answer is, just like in drag racing, the worst gets the foul. The left lane gets the foul because he was going faster at the start, which is kind of a silly thing to do because he had no one next to him. He just fouled for no reason, left lane. So I can imagine being behind the driver, or being behind the wheel as a driver, fully suited up, hot, sweaty, in a helmet, with all of these amazing fans in the stands. There's probably a lot of pressure on the drivers, and then they got to pay attention. They got to set the pace at 60, 65. The right lane's got to keep up. They got to be below 70. They've got to be on their rolling anti-lag or their two-step. There's a lot going on. It's not as black and white as drag racing, right? Drag racing, you pull up, the tree comes down, light goes green, you race. Here, it's much more complicated. On top of all that, the drivers have to pay attention to the lights that are at the very end of the cones, because our trigger guy will trigger the lights when they go green. They're supposed to race. So there's a lot going on here, guys. And just remember, once we get done with row race eliminations, we'll tear the row race configuration down and get into the drag race portion of the event. Should be in a couple of hours, maybe around 3 o'clock. Probably race till, depending on how things go, 8, 9 p.m. tonight. And don't worry, you'll be sweaty and hot at 5, 4, and 3, and you're gonna cool down at 7, 8, and 9. So thankfully, there's none of that liquid weather coming out of the clouds, no rain. We're very blessed and appreciate all y'all being here to support the event and these racers.
All right, our Unlimited and Super Sport winners. Unlimited and Super Sport winners. I will take you back to the lanes for round number 3, please. So once again, Unlimited round 2 winners, I need you back to lane number 8 for round 3, please. Unlimited round number 2 winners, I need you back to lane number 8 for round 3, please. Unlimited round 2 winners, need you back to lane 8 for round number 3, semifinals, please. And Super Sport also needs you back. Lane number 6 for round number 3, round 2 winners, need you back. Folks, looks like we're gonna go back into Elite 8. This is our other half of the semifinals. Casey Howeth and Mark Blackwell. Can they both keep it under 70 and good? We are. Off we go. Casey Howeth in trouble. And a 231-mile-an-hour blast, the best of the week, will not get him there. 2:14.88, Mark Blackwell scores the upset left side. Your number 6 qualifier in Elite 8, folks, is going to the final, as Casey Howeth had trouble right out of the starting gate, and despite the best speed of the meet, at 231 miles an hour, will not get there. Look at the replay here on FloRacing. You see that left side got a good jump, right side had an issue, and by that point, it was way too many car lengths. And as they crossed over 3 cars apart at the finish line, Casey, as I mentioned, with a top speed blast of the meet, 231 miles an hour, but it is not enough.
And the irony is that KC, who's an owner of Underground Racing, was responsible for building the car that beat him in the left lane. Mark Blackwell is an Underground Racing customer. Fell asleep at the light, it seems like, a little bit for KC. Mark was on point when the light went green, and it was game over, like you said. You may go 16, 17 mile an hour faster, but it's hard to make that up.
As we go back to the sport class here, Jensa, Fida, and Ricardo Espinosa. You got a green light start. And looks like right-hand side will get there, 185.66 miles an hour. Ricardo will pick up the win over the close 183.36 from Fida. That'll move Ricardo's Florida-based Audi R8 into the semi-final round. Staying very consistent with the 186.18 that he ran in round number 1 at 185.66, and he'll move into the next round. That leaves us with 2 spots remaining in sport to get to the semis. And both of those also had a competitor go over 70 miles an hour in the first shot, so we have 2 more pairs to come back for round number 2. And that'll wrap up round number 2. We'll get us to round number 3. So once again, I have called round 2 winners in Unlimited. Back to lane number 8, round 2 winners in Unlimited. Back to lane number 8. I need you now, please. Once again, round 2 winners in Unlimited. Need you back to lane number 8. Round 2 winners in Supersport. Round 2 winners in Supersport. Need you back to lane 6, please. Round 2 winners in Supersport. Round 2 winners in Supersport. Need you back to lane 8. So is now Martinez to defend line. We'll try again, and Martinez will go above the 70-mile-an-hour threshold. All right, folks, so we will have still, even though we just had a pair go down, we still have 2 pairs left to run in this round. And it looks like what should be Javier Maldonado against Logan Epling, and it looks like Javier Maldonado having car trouble, so Epling will get a single shot to move his Audi R8 out of Tennessee into the next round of competition, the semis. So now 1 spot is left, and we will bring back Land and Martinez to decide the final competitor to get into the semifinals in the sport class. So 1 more round. 1 more pair to complete this round. I have called all round 2 winners, with the exception of Elite. All round 2 winners, with the exception of the Elite class. I need you to cool them and fuel them, bring them right back to the lanes that we called you to previously. Unlimited, need you back to lane number 8. Unlimited, need you back to lane number 8. Supersport, need you back to lane number 6, please. Supersport, need you back to lane number 6.
Sport class winners, sport class.